I do. She broke.
response from my listeners than any phone call in years. Listen to it and listen to how the nature of this call changes as we move through it. Hi, Tiffany. What's up?
Hi, I just wanted to call because I disagree with you about when you drew the example about Americans not being liberty-loving, and you drew the comparison that a woman in Afghanistan who was trying to overcome the suppression of the Taliban and everything they felt about women and all that stuff, and the woman in Africa and things like that. But where me and you draw a discrepancy, because, you know, I know a lot of people say they agree with most of the things you say, and I absolutely do, but I disagree with you about that because it's like you're not even listening to what you yourself are saying, because you, in the same sense, will turn around and say that urban blacks or, you know, the black women in America and so forth and so on, your position on that is that if you're on welfare and or if you have any kind of government assistance or if your kids go to public school, then that's them depending on the government, and that's
where in the hell did black come into this?
Well, no. Well, I'm speaking specifically. Okay, we can even cut. We can.
Well, no, I mean, why did you find it necessary to take this whole discussion about where are the brave people? And you know, and then all of a sudden you had to make it about race.
That, and even your position now about me making it a black thing, I even think you do that often. I think you're erroneous in that, and I'm gonna.
Erroneous in what?
Okay, listen, I'll take away the black component if that bothers you. Okay.
I'll take it away because it's asinine, not because it bothers you.
Okay, it's asinine. Okay, it's asinine. You don't see what I'm saying, so it's asinine.
Okay.
I'll take that away. I'll just say any group of people anywhere who are suppressed, where their liberty has been suppressed in any way, form, or fashion. I'm only using that as an example.
Have you been suppressed?
Well, of course I have.
How?
Of course I have.
How?
Just let me finish my point on
I want you to tell me how you've been suppressed.
Okay. I've been suppressed in a mental way, and it's a direct effect. It's a direct effect of it's a cultural kind of thing, and it is a direct effect of slavery. And
oh God! You're suffering from slavery, right, Tiffany?
Yeah.
You're suffering from oh. God, when do you stop making the damned excuses for whatever failures or problems you have had? Do you know how lame and asinine it is for somebody like you to be living in a country like this with as much opportunity that we have, and you run into some rough spots along the road and you say, it's because of slavery. Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Aren't you embarrassed?
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying because you're not allowing me to finish.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it seemed like I'm saying, but what I'm
I thought I was sitting right here on my big fat white butt allowing you to finish. Now all of a sudden...
No. I haven't said any of that. I haven't said any of that, sir. And I'm just telling you...
You just said I'm not allowing you to finish.
Right, but I'm not saying what you're telling me. Listen, you're making your argument towards me right now. Now, you always espousing logic, reason, rationale, but you're being irrational right now because you espousing that I am making a statement that the premise of me calling you is something that I'm telling you directly is not what I'm saying. And I'm asking you to allow me to finish what I'm saying. And I'm allowing you to finish with what I'm saying so that you can see my point.
Okay.
Okay? So the point that I'm making to you is that I'm not trying to play the race card. I'm not trying to play the wild, oh, I'm black, oh, I'm on welfare, oh, my baby daddy in prison. You know, I'm not trying to play that game because I still think that I'm responsible for the choices that I make in my life. But what I'm saying is when you have a group, I'm sorry, that's my baby. I'm sorry, when you have a group of people who have a certain type of mentality, that's what they think. You know what I'm saying? You can't. They have a direct. The way they think is directly a result of the way their mama thought and the way her mama thought. You know what I'm saying? It just gets passed down through the generations, and even you acknowledging that by saying what happens with people who live in a different country, who may have grew up in Stalinist Russia, or who may have grew up under Hitler. I'm not saying saying that you, because you're a successful white person, are wrong in any way, form, or fashion. I'm not saying you're wrong for being white or being
okay, Tiffany. What I said, and this all came from my discussion on the national anthem, and I was agreeing with Bill Press when he said, what's this about the home of the brave? Does that mean that there aren't brave people somewhere else? And I brought up a young woman in Afghanistan who might be pursuing an education, knowing that if the Taliban catches her pursuing an education, they will shoot her dead on the spot. I brought up a young woman in Somalia protesting and becoming an activist against female genital mutilation, knowing that some of the fundamentalists in that country would execute her on the spot if they got a chance to. And then I said, these are brave people. We have people in this country that can't even face retirement without government help, while these people over there are putting their lives on the line for the causes they believe in. And that's what and then all of a sudden you call up and you're upset with me. You plug a racial component into it. And you tell Belinda, I disagree with Neal about blacks on welfare. That's why I took the call. Where the hell did I disagree with Neal about blacks on welfare?
Okay,
where did that come from?
That came from this, and that's more of a specific and the general point that I'm trying to make. And the general point that I'm trying to make is, what did you just say? You just said that it's brave people up elsewhere. You said that the people that will do things despite their circumstances, right? That rise above that was the enslavement that maybe they have had, right? The things that maybe that are out of their control, And then you talking about the psychology of a person who can't even go into retirement without government dependent. And I'm saying that the psychology of that person is a direct effect. It's a direct response to a cultural issue of slavery. It's kind of like the point you know when you said something. Like,
and I'm telling you that is a convenient excuse.
It's a convenient excuse if you didn't experience that. It looked like a convenient excuse for you because you don't know what that's like. It looked like a convenience for you because you grew up with a father. It looked like a inconvenience. Is your baby growing up with a father? No, he in prison. I'm telling you, I'm gonna walk. Like this is why I get like I get about it, because honestly, I've been kind of like torn about all of this.
Is he in prison because of slavery?
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm talking about because it's the effects of it, and that's what I'm saying. And if you keep ignoring that and just dismissing the people and dismissing the fact of why the issue is what it is, instead of just moaning and groaning about the results and how it's full of, people like that are, leeches of society and all this different kind of stuff. But you completely ignoring the reason and the why. But you can acknowledge it in Russia under Stalin. You can acknowledge it with Obama, but you can just take the personal element out of it and just say, okay, this is how people like this act when this happens to them. And that's all I'm saying. So if somebody, it's kind of like you brought up, the only reason that I have a problem with this, and they just said, forget this cracker, he racist, because I get what you're saying. Because you made a point a long time ago where you drew the comparison, and you said that black Republicans are like, to Democrats, are like slaves that left the plantation. And I started to think about that. And that's actually when I became a conservative. Now, mind you, you're talking to a 34-year-old black woman who is a conservative, who is on welfare. I got the Obama phone. Whatever you need about whatever government process you can think of, that's me.
You don't really call it. Tiffany, you don't really call it an Obama phone, do you?
Huh?
You don't really call that an Obama phone, do you?
I'm telling you, we really call it an Obama phone. I can tell you, I go to the store, right? I walk up to the store. I go to the hairdresser, and people be like, "Oh, I got my Obama phone, girl. I got my Obama phone." And this ain't that's like the good thing. I'm telling you, Neal, and it's sickening. And I'm telling you, I get it firsthand. From these very people. I education, that's when I really began to study Marxism. That's when I really began to study politics. That's when I really started just studying Plato and Aristotle. That's when I got on the internet and found syllabus of the kids who went to Yale and went to Dartmouth, and I started following along in the syllabuses, doing exactly what they was just doing, because I knew reading what they was reading, because I knew that that something was wrong. I was tired of my life being like this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, now let me ask. Okay, Tiffany, because I mean, I'm enjoying the heck out of this call, but let me ask you this: what? I admire you studying these philosophies and these people. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing day to day?
And I can see that 2 + 2 is 4, but I can't get the 4. And the thing is, and then I got people in I just got people success all around me. I love America. I can't stand Obama. You know what I'm saying? I got all of these things, but I can't get there. And I realized that it's something so deep rooted in me. That it's something so almost like I was born with it. You know what I'm saying? Almost like you grow up and you hear about crackers and you hear about this and you see this and you see, and they have an effect on you. You know what I mean? And your mama don't know what to teach you, but that's how mama ain't know what to teach her. I mean, you know, when
Tiffany.
after the Emancipation Proclamation, you know what? You know what the slaves did? That's from Alabama, from my family. They didn't leave.
Tiffany.
Sharecroppers and stayed on the same plantation.
Sweetheart, Tiffany, look, I got about 45 seconds. And right now, I am feeling, I'm kind of choked up over concern and actual affection for you, Tiffany. I feel that you're hurting. I don't like this. Feel your pain. I don't want to sound like Bill Clinton, but Tiffany, you have to understand, honey. You are a smart woman, and you have the power within you to change all of this. These other people do not control your life, nor do those circumstances. Tiffany, you have the power to change every bit of this. You really do.
Okay.
And please, I want you to send an email. I want you to send an email to the show. And I know you can do it because you're on the web all the time. And I want you to give me a way that I can get in touch with you, and I'll talk with you off the air when I get back home and things aren't such a mess, because you've got what it takes, Tiffany. You just have to believe in yourself, okay?
Okay.
Okay, honey.
All right, bye.
Okay, you be good. You hear her starting to get upset? She really, really wants to make this thing work for her. She really does, and she can.
Don't worry. When Neal stops doing his daily live show, he'll still be on every day with short rants.